What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Entertainment 411. Yeah, I wear glasses. Bet you guys didn't know that. This is the glasses look. This is my co-host Kiki, the Chihuahua. She will be asking all the questions. Kiki, go ahead. All right, cool. Dog, a few words. This is the I don't know, librarian Middle Eastern guy, 30s to 40s look. For those who are wondering, I throw this out every 2 months. No, my eyes have been hurting, so I couldn't throw on the contacts. But we're here live, guys, with another casting director. Thank you for joining us live. We have some contests. We have some questions. As always, this is an interactive show, so please, if you have questions, leave them in the comments section below. Right, Kiki? Right. Okay. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce our guest today, another casting director. So please, if you are an actor, this is the place to ask questions. This is the day. This is the place. This is the time. This is the hour at Entertainment 411. 411. Entertainment 411. Hashtag Entertainment 411. Okay, I'm done. All right, guys. Welcome to the stage. My guest today, Tina Marie of Tina Marie Casting. To this side. Oh, no, this side. I can never get the side right on computers. Right there. Hi, Tina. How are you?
Good. How are you? That was an amazing introduction.
Thank you. That's the highlight of the show for me.
It was. Well, it's the dog.
Yeah, it's the dog.
Yeah, not so much you. Not so much you.
It's the dog. It's always the dog. But the guests are always the highlight. So again, thank you for joining us, Tina.
Yes, of course.
This is the first time we're meeting, actually.
Yeah, it is. It is very nice meeting you.
Yes, well. So I'm sure you got the rundown of the show from our lovely Charlene at eBoss, but just to remind the audience at home, the difference between our show and eTalk is, yes, we do care about what you do professionally, but it's more so to give a, human connection to Tina Marie. Who is Tina Marie behind the casting breakdown? We see, Tina Marie casting, and we see the characters and we see the people we're auditioning for, but we don't actually get to know who we're auditioning for. And I think putting that human element to yourself is very beneficial for the industry, because it might take the stress off people to realize that, hey, you have hobbies, you have passions, you have things you like to do outside of your job, and you're human.
Yes. Go figure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So without further ado, I'll ask the first question because I think it kind of segues into the introduction. It's what is your journey to becoming a casting director?
Okay, so I was an actor. Yes.
Very cool.
I was an actor, I think, for probably over 5 years or so. I studied in New York City. I studied in Vancouver. But there was a part of me at some point where I felt that I could be a bigger use in another position in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
And I really loved actors, and I really saw a lot of actors not being able to be seen by casting. And casting is so busy that a lot of times casting will just bring in like the people that they trust, which is like a certain group of people or whoever it is. And it's very, very hard to kind of break in. And so I decided that I basically woke up one day and was like, you know what? I don't want to be an actor anymore. I think I would be better suited to be a casting director.
Wow.
And yeah, really. And I honestly, I never worked in a casting office. I was never an associate. I was never an assistant.
Wow, that's an interesting part.
Yeah.
We have a lot of actor, casting director journeys on the show, but I've never heard of a situation where it's like, I'm just going to become a casting director.
Yeah, like and so that's how I opened Tina Marie Casting in 2016. So it really is like a grassroots company. And the doors just started opening up for me. I started networking and, using my resources in the community, talking to actors. And then a lot of actors become directors and producers. And that's how I built more contacts and got work. And I've been very, very fortunate. And I, as I always say, I've beat the odds because I didn't have I didn't have anybody to give me help or give me connections. I actually had to do that all on my own.
Yeah.
So I had to hustle, right? And yeah, that's how I started. So that's how I became Tina Marie Casting. So actor, and then woke up one day and said, I want to be a casting director. And now here I am. And I've done really well. So I'm very lucky.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah. So also that goes to show you, just to the actors, just keep hustling.
Yeah. 100%. 110%. So guys, I don't know if you noticed below, there's a little ticker. It's breaking news live. As always, there's a contest. So today's hashtag is Hashtag Tina Marie Casting. So if you guys enter, you'll get a one-on-one session with Tina Marie. Tina, where are you based out of? Are you in Montreal, Toronto, Vancouver?
So I'm actually, it's kind of confusing. I'm actually back and forth from Vancouver and Calgary. So, and I also,
Alberta.
yeah. And I work in both. Like I just finished up a feature in Calgary a couple months ago, and now I'm going to be working on a series coming up soon in Calgary. And I also just finished up a couple features last year in Vancouver. So both. I'm very lucky.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So guys, these are some great contests just to show you that they're real and that we actually do fulfill the promises. I was just informed today that Valerie Lalonde, our winner for the Shadow Director session with Suds, is going to be spending her day on set of Law and Order Toronto.
Ooh, that's amazing.
So she's currently on set, which is amazing. So
That's great.
we will ask about her experience, and maybe we'll have her on the show. Maybe we'll figure that one out. What do you think, Charlene? Charlene is answering.
Is Charlene there?
No, but I'm mentally getting her answer, and I think it's going to be
yes.
all right. So on that note,
Oh, there's Charlene. There she is.
What do you love about casting? She wrote yes with 12 S's.
She's like, yes.
We're going to reach out to Valerie once we get this, when she gets her day on set. So what do you love about being a casting director? Because, I mean, you said you just jumped into it. One day you woke up and said, I just want to be a casting director, which is not a very common thing, as you said. A lot of times actors segue into the director world, producer world, writer world. What was it that just kind of, without any like experience either, I guess you could say, what kind of triggered the light bulb?
Okay, so like so what do I love about casting is actors, right? And then that's the whole like waking up one day and saying I want to be a casting director is because I knew what the audition process was. I knew, what it was like to talk to directors and producers. I knew what it was like to read scripts and go through character breakdowns. And so that's where my skills were. So I thought, well, it can't be that tough.
Yeah, why not?
You're a casting director, and that, if I knew what I know now back then, I probably would have been too scared to do it. I've been like, no way. Wow. But as they say, sometimes ignorance is bliss, and that kind of helped me out. But yeah, so what I love about casting is the actors. I love actors. I love giving actors opportunity. I love finding new talent for directors and producers because that's my job. I want to be the one to help somebody's career grow, which I have with a couple actors. And it's amazing to watch, and we kind of grow together too. Cause when I started back in the day, I had some actors that were just starting, and we've all grown together and climbed up the ladder. And it's amazing because we're all in different places and we're all in great places now. So that's wonderful too.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Remember Tina Marie Casting hashtag. Look, we got some entries already. Our usual suspects, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Question number 3, and this is an interesting one. So, here's an actors who have not gone in the room in front of you. So, I guess you could add to this question, and it's what do actors need to do to get in front of you? And once they've gone in front of you, what's your advice to them when they get in? Well, not so much in the room now; it's more digital. Getting a tape in front of you, or what can they do to get in front of you?
Well, I mean, having an agent helps, right? Mm-hmm. And sometimes I do see actors that are not represented. That's also not a problem. But obviously having an agent and having a good demo reel, and a demo reel doesn't mean it has to be professional on set. It could just be 2 contrasting scenes that you've done in class, which is completely fine. Mm-hmm. Or like a really nice slate. Your name, your agency, so I can kind of see and hear you and see what you're like on camera. And yeah, like I think I mentioned a good headshot. Did I mention that? Like a good headshot? And like a good resume, like just be professional. And for me, like I see a lot of actors, so I give a lot of people opportunity to get in front of me. And and if you do have that opportunity, make sure you submit an excellent self-tape, something that's professional again, right? Because I mean, like that's really, really important. I like to see that actors actually care.
Yeah. Seriously. It's ironic how many actors don't show that they care, which is really
and it happens, and and unfortunately, and then they take that position away from an actor that would care and that would send me something great, and so that's wasting my time, and I don't like my time being wasted. I am very busy. I have no pity for the actors who and I'm being hard on you actors because I am one, so I'm allowed to do it.
who don't do the extra work, the hustle, the grind, the making sure the tape is perfect, making sure that there's not like a picture frame in the corner of their framing, that their lighting is on, that they don't have reflection in their glasses, those sort of things. You know, but not just that. It's like putting the effort in your demo reels, putting your effort in your making sure everything's up to par, your headshots and your resumes, all the little tiny things. Actors have to take some responsibility. That's why we pay only 15% to our agents. Not the whole.
Yeah. And I mean, like at the end of the day, like I always say to actors, I'm like, these directors and producers and production companies, they're going to be your employers. Like they're paying you. So why should we invest in you?
Right.
You know what I mean? If we're going to invest in you, we want to know that you can give us quality work. If you can't even give us a good self tape, how are we going to trust you on set?
Right. Yeah, no, 100%. Exactly.
Right. And it's like, why should we be giving you money?
Yes, correct.
So, you know, you're not special.
Yeah.
You're just like all of us. We all have to hustle. We all have to put in the work. So do the work.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You mentioned demo reels. I like to segue here. It's almost like I have a little moped in my back closet. What is your opinion on the demo reel? Because you know, it's a very how long, how short, what if I don't have tape footage, blah, blah, blah. We hear a lot of answers on this one. But the most important thing is knowing what each and every casting director likes. If, in my opinion, if you guys are watching the show, I'm talking to you audience, where's my camera? Right there. If you guys are watching the show and you have like a little booklet that says, okay, Tina Marie, what is she like? And you write that down, it's going to be helpful because they're all different, right? So what is your opinion on the demo reel? Obviously, you said it's important. So let's go on the importance. What do you like to see in a demo reel?
Okay, so like if it's like I said, if you don't have like a professional demo reel in terms of like on-set footage, that's okay. But if you have on-set footage, please make sure that that's professional as well. And you know, it's not all about the other actor that you're acting with, because I've seen that too. Like I need to see you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you don't have a professional reel, 2 contrasting scenes that you do in class with a professional coach is fine too. And you know, a lot of directors and producers do ask me for, you know, a demo reel. If an actor is new or if an actor is not new, an actor who has got a lot of bigger credits or whatever, I'll actually email the agent and be like, my team wants to see a demo. Right. You know, I mean, that happens even with the bigger actors. Like directors and producers want to see footage. And especially if we're also doing, if you're a bigger actor, a lot of times we will do like offer only situations.
Correct.
Right. And if we're going to do that, we really want to see a demo beforehand.
For sure.
And that's like usually professional footage because the actor's been working a long time. But again, even if you're a new actor, those demo reels are really, really beneficial because I mean, we want to see and hear you and see the other work, what other work you can do. Right.
For sure. And I've always mentioned this in a lot of casting. I mean, most casters tend to agree. The answer is pretty the same across the board. If you don't have the footage, it's okay just for internal use or like, you know, to send to you, to have my agent send to Tina Marie Casting, you know, some footage of audition stuff that you've done, maybe contrasting 2 scenes, put it together. And like, this is the kind of work that I can kind of do. And
it's, yeah, exactly. And it's just so easy to do. And just make sure that if you're going to, you know, you do those 2 contrasting scenes in class, like you're doing it with a really excellent coach.
Right.
Again, it's a professional studio, right? Because that's what we want to see.
Right.
Because we don't want to see like, you know, your, you know, lunch behind the camera or your kitchen or whatever it is. Yeah.
Like this guy,
yeah. Like you.
Not usually like this, but I figured I've done the show long enough. I could sit on my couch in my kitchen.
Well, you're not auditioning, so it's okay.
Every day is an audition, Tina. I'm always auditioning.
Right. Yeah.
Speaking of which, I kind of touched on this, but let's go back to it a little bit more. If an actor's never auditioned for you before, what can they do? What is the process for you that you like to get the honor of that first audition? Obviously, we're not going to call you on your phone because we're not going to have your number. We're not going to email you like directly. What's the process? What do you like to see in like an intro email from either an agent or an actor?
Yeah, like if I'm casting something and the actors, because you know all actors talk, everybody has access to like if your friend had got the breakdown and you didn't, or your friend's gotten the audition and you didn't, like everybody has, you know what I mean? Like everybody talks, people have access, agents all have access. And you think that you're like, oh, I think I'd be really great for this role. You can have your agent reach out to me and say, hey, Tina, you know, I think, you know, my talent would be really great for this role. Would you consider seeing them? Or you can put it on tape. You can just put it on tape if you think you're great and you have your agent send it to me and I will watch it.
Very
right.
Good.
I mean, it's, but make sure you're good.
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
make sure that the role is right for you. Like make sure,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, if I haven't asked you to already submit. So that's what I'm saying. And if you really do think the role is right for you and you put it on tape, like really make sure, like don't waste my time.
100%.
Right? And that tape is going to have to be great.
100%.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're joining us, we are with Tina Marie Casting, Tina Marie of Tina Marie Casting, naturally. And she is joining us from, are you in Vancouver or Calgary
I'm
this time?
in Calgary right now.
She's in Calgary. So she works out of Calgary and Vancouver. We have a ticker below, as always. The contest is hashtag Tina Marie Casting for a one-on-one session with Tina. She will be answering questions, getting to know you. And, it's a great way to get introduced to casting directors if you haven't met them already. With that said, we're going to take a quick little break. I'm going to move my camera from not in a kitchen because Tina made me feel bad. And we'll be right back. And I'm dead serious. We're going to switch it up. And see you soon.
I'm going to be a good director who gives you good notes. I'm going to be a bad director who gives you lousy notes.
My Tribe Studio, a versatile space for your projects, a space to find your tribe.
Obviously, guys, this is the familiar background. All jokes aside, Tina was planning on moving here anyways. I into the house right at 7:29 to start the show, so I apologize, folks at home, for looking at my milk frother. But that was My Tribe Media, a Vancouver-based recording studio and classroom space offering acting classes in the city. So, see and study improv classes. They're coming up this month. And if you register through eBoss, you get a 10% discount on all My Tribe courses. So check them out if you are in the Vancouver area. We are back with Tina Marie of Tina Marie Casting. Someone entered the contest wrong. You don't just write hashtag. You have to write hashtag Tina Marie Casting. So Lana, if you want to re-enter, please enter the actual hashtag for your chance. All these guys have entered, and they are going to be part of the draw. So thanks for tuning in, guys. We're with Tina Marie of Tina Marie Casting. We've been asking questions about the business, do's and don'ts. Oh, my chihuahua, endless. The co-host decides to rejoin us. She's just on and off. She comes and goes as she pleases.
Oh, Charlene.
Hi, Charlene. Hi, Cheapy. Okay, so Kiki and me are going to ask the next question. Oh, we got some more. Yes, we have some more entries. And guys, if you have questions, please be sure to put them in the comments below. If you're on Instagram, got to log in right now to Facebook to do it. For some reason, the tool that we use only works for Facebook. So please, if you are following and watching, enter into the Facebook chats. Agents. This is an interesting question about agents. So there are a lot of people who aren't represented who watch and are looking for their agent. So the question for you is, in your opinion, how important is it for an actor to be on the top of a top roster? Sorry, I'm having a how important is it for them to be on the roster of a top agent, tier 1 agency, one of the big agencies in Toronto?
Yeah, no, you know what? Like I see a lot of actors from different agencies, boutique agencies. As long as, the agent is professional and the actor is professional, I will see them, from any agent, like from any agency, really, right? Like as long as it's a professional agency. Boutique agencies are totally fine. They're great. And it's like, it's more personal too, right? Personable. So it's fine. Like I know a lot of actors kind of get fixated on that. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely a career thing. I look at it like a business move. At the end of the day, it's a business. I mean, I started off with a boutique agency, a great agency. They had a name, they had a reputation, but I think it's important for an actor who's starting on the business to have someone that works for them.
Yes.
Because, there's the pros and cons. If you're with a bigger agency and you're starting out fresh, and I guess it's a bet on yourself. If you get signed to a big agency, that means you must have some really good skill. But there's a chance you get lost in a roster that is full with veterans and a lot of people that look like you and act like you and have.
And that's actually I'm really glad that you made a very good point there, because when I first started acting, my first agency was it was a huge agency. It was big. It was incredibly flattering to be signed on with them, but I got lost in the roster. Do you know what I mean? And it's it's like having an expensive car that doesn't work. Like, what's the point?
Right. Looks good in the driveway.
Looks good in the driveway. Yeah. But it doesn't drive. So yeah, I mean, it's, just don't get fixated on that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So we mentioned there's self-tapes nowadays. Pros and cons of that obviously are, not being in the room and not feeding off that energy. Pros are being able to tape at any time and not having to pay like $1,000 over the end of the year in parking tickets because you parked for 15 minutes and then the cop gave you a ticket, those bastards. I'm not mad. What?
Yeah.
So, question for you is very simple. What is the biggest mistakes performers make when auditioning in person? Well, I guess in person or via self-tape. I guess more so via self-tape. And if you want, just to add on that, my own personal question to you is, what are some of the do's and don'ts you see that you'd like to see in a self-tape? Your preferences: slate first, slate after, slate separate, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So I'll start with like the biggest mistakes. Like, and I think it's pretty simple stuff, like just not being prepared. I think in person and self-tape. So, and also like just not putting out professional work, like people who not doing their character analysis, not really knowing what they're auditioning for, who the character is. Where are you in the script?
Yeah.
Why does it feel like you're in a library when you're supposed to be on the moon? You know what I mean?
They're both quiet, Tina. No, I'm kidding.
Like, know where you are, know who you're talking to.
Yeah.
Why are you there? What do you need from that character? Like, you need to do all of these things, right? It's so obvious when an actor puts something on tape or walks into an audition room and just doesn't even know what's going on. And it actually is really disappointing to watch. It's actually kind of embarrassing.
Yeah.
Right. So be prepared, try to be off book, as much as you can. Do the character analysis, make sure you watch the tape over again. Right. And obviously in the room, you can't do that. But if it's self-tape, watch the tape over again. Because you might see, you're like, oh my God, I didn't even realize that was it was in the self-tape, or I didn't realize that was cut out, or that was blurry, or, your slate wasn't right. Do you know what I mean? Or you missed some information or whatever it is. Like, it takes 2 seconds. Just watch it over again.
Yeah, it's baffling to me. Here's my personal story I'm going to share with the audience. I think it's really relevant. It's really relevant to what you mentioned. I'm going to give myself credit. I was ahead of my time. Okay, so I had an audition for Suits. One of my main credits for Suits. I did season 5. I got 3 episodes. I played a character who was like 10 years older than me. I got scenes with Gabriel Mock and Patrick J. Adams. It was an amazing experience. But I'll never forget the audition process that I went through before I went in that room with Tina Drusi casting. I put on a full suit, tie, shoes, and I walked around.
Yes.
I walked around my house, and I literally was memorizing and practicing. And then what I did, which I can't recall why I did it, but I was like, I want to see what this looks like and what this will like, what I'm doing right and wrong. I put myself on tape.
Yeah.
I did the audition on tape. I watched it back, and then I went to sleep. And then the next day I went and did the actual in-person audition.
Right.
I don't necessarily suggest it. I think I was being a little obsessive, but for some reason it worked and it helped me in that moment. Yeah. But the thing that also really blew my mind is wardrobe is obviously not a huge thing. Like, it's not like make or break. A lot of times
it can be depending.
Well, exactly.
Yeah. Like depending on your
old Suits.
Yeah.
The show is literally like the wardrobe probably costs more than my day rate. And I went in this audition room and I was the only one in a full suit and tie.
Yeah.
People had like just a dress shirt and like open collar. Some weren't even in a suit at all. Yeah. And I'm like, dudes, what are you guys doing? The show is literally called Suits.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I feel like that to me, I was like, okay, this is wild. And for some reason, I kind of had a good feeling I was going to get it. And lo and behold, I ended up getting it.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Actors, you guys got to, it doesn't take much. Just putting on a full suit and walking. Even if it's not important, it gives you that feeling like you are that character.
Well, I mean, even if like you're going in for like a doctor role, like, put like if you have a stethoscope or even a clipboard
or lanyard.
Yeah, like something that makes, or just like, like a scrub shirt if you can get one or whatever. It's just those little extras. And it does make you feel more like the character. Like you feel like you've, and it really does help. I mean, when I was an actor, I used to make sure that if I was in a doctor role or whatever, I would put something on that represented that character.
Right. My wife is 5'0" and is a doctor, and I stole her scrubs. Luckily, it was a Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
And she was like a super jacked doctor. It was great. It worked out really well. Really tight fitting.
Right. That's awesome. But so I thank you for actually, bringing that up, because I do think wardrobe is important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. guys, a lot of entries. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Look at these entries here. Look at these entries here. This is a contest we have in the bottom. We have hashtag Tina Marie casting for a chance to win a one-on-one. The viewership has jumped exponentially in the last 20 minutes. So thank you all for joining us live. And we have some questions from the audience, which I love.
Great.
So I'm going to start going to the audience questions. But first, we're going to take one more, and it's our final break. This is going to be my commercial that I'm pitching because this is how I get something out of these interviews. We talk about creating your own work, ladies and gentlemen, actors who are watching. We always encourage it. I know it's difficult. This has been blood, sweat, and tears for myself. It is a project called Day Players. We won a Canadian Comedy Award somewhere here. It is coming out very soon, guys. It was produced, written, and created by myself along with my teams, starring myself and a lot of my colleagues. So please, show some support. I want you guys to take a look at the trailer. Let me know what you think. Are you excited to see it? Because I'm releasing it this year. Without further ado, Day Players.
You are a born protagonist. Look at you. You're a failed professional.
Okay, I wouldn't say failed.
You're finding bastion of hope in a rundown old school.
I mean, it's not that
It
bad.
just happens to be shared by the only woman who ever broke your heart.
What did you do?
Shh.
Just watch.
I've got a lot of auditions lined up. Like, so many auditions.
You can imagine. I can relate. I'm having so many bookings. Like, it's like a library, just books everywhere.
That's right. You're looking at the host of Canada's Next Great Handyman.
I nailed my audition, bro. They said they'd call me.
Guys, I'm gonna be the host of Canada's Next Great Handyman.
You are looking at the host of
Right over
Okay, I'm feeling a little bit of hostility from you right now.
Oh, please mansplain it to me so I can understand it better.
Clearly you don't know what mansplaining is. Let me break it down for you.
He's dead.
Which is the purest and greatest form of theater? Improvisation.
Told you I would eat you. I told you I would.
Woo! Let's go!
I cannot watch this anymore. This is agony.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. That was Day Players, a selection of Series Fest in Denver, and will be coming out very soon as a 6-episode web series. So stay tuned.
That looks amazing. Can you send me the link to your trailer?
Yeah, absolutely.
That looks really great. I'd love to see. I'd love to have that.
No, for sure.
Great.
Welcome back, Tina. Thanks for joining us so far. Time is flying, but we're punching through questions and a lot of questions from the audience. So let's get to that as promised.
Okay.
Let us start with, she listens. Alexandra, bless your heart. She wrote, "Hi, I'm on Facebook now." So thank you for joining us on Facebook to enter the contest, but also as a new talent, have some great training, but working on credits as a new talent herself. How much do you value How much value do cast directors put on training?
So training is important, right? And training with the right person is important. And I think that just shows in your work anyways. But like if you're going to send a resume and you don't really have any you don't have many credits and there's not much training, then it doesn't really look great. Like it just means to me that you're not really, putting in the work in your craft. Absolutely. Right? Because I always say, if you rest, you rust.
Yeah. It's like a gym. It's a gym. Your body's a gym. Your body's a gym.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Your body's a gym. Well said, Freed. Quote me on that. Freed, yes, Danny. Your body is a gym.
I'm like, yes.
What I was trying to say is acting is like going to the gym. If you stop going to the gym, your muscles will eventually.
Yeah, it's a muscle like anything else. Like you need to work it and exercise it and all that kind of stuff.
Hashtag your body's a gym. Okay.
Yes.
I don't know what I was saying there. But Alexandra, thanks for that great question. Do me a favor, re-enter the contest with the hashtag just by itself, just in case it doesn't register. But thank you for that. I will also add, my show is a spoof on actors taking the world's worst acting class. So also be careful out there.
I absolutely love that. Please send me the trailer.
You will. I 100% will.
Yeah.
Be careful as well. Ask your colleagues and your friends. There are a lot of acting classes out there that aren't as acting classes as they should be. It's a lot of money grabs. So be careful.
100%. And I was actually going to mention that too. Like, make sure that the people that you're training with are working.
Yeah.
They've been on set, they're booking, they're working, they have credits. That's important.
100%. 110%.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go to John Smith's "I'll Make You a Star" for $3.99 acting class. Because
and like make sure you go on IMDb as well and look at the credits and see what kind of credits they are too.
100%. Yes.
Yeah.
Craig Weiss, my favorite dude. This one blocked our eyeballs. Look at, I gotta adjust my camera. Craig, well, way to go. Craig, as an actor gets well rooted in one city, example Montreal, like yourself, Craig. Do you have recommendations on how an actor can expand into other cities like Toronto and Vancouver? Of course, taking note that many productions have local tax credits and budget requirements. This is a great question, Craig.
Oh, can you, sorry,
sorry, that was not supposed to disappear.
Sure, yeah.
No. Essentially what he's asking is, if I'm based in Montreal, how can I expand my reach to the Toronto and Vancouver market so I can become Canada-wide?
Yeah, so I mean, your agent, right?
Yes.
And right, so your agent is going to have to submit you to those projects. And I mean, you might run into issues because there's that whole BC tax credit thing, the Alberta tax credit thing, you know what I mean? Depending on like what province you're in is going to be dependent on like your tax, like where you pay taxes. And sometimes you won't get hired based on, say, if you're living in Calgary and you're a Calgary taxpayer, BC is going to be like, no, because we need BC taxpayers. Correct. So that's happening a lot now too.
Yeah. I've noticed that happens a lot with, especially like the local Hallmark or the Lifetime movies.
Yes.
There's times where the bigger productions will forgive that.
Yeah,
but there's still a lot of, you have to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Exceptionally good for them to forgive that tax credit. And even then, they're probably going to go with someone else just because they need to hit that. What I did personally, Craig, and this is something you can do once you're more advanced in your career, because I always thought that frustrating. You know, there's like, you're in Toronto, but why are we not getting seen for the Vancouver stuff? And why can I not expand to the Vancouver market and the Vancouver casting directors and the Calgary ones? So, funny enough, you mentioned Calgary. So I'm with the characters. I ended up finding a Vancouver agent, also with the characters, Jason, who is my agent.
Oh, yeah, great.
Yeah, he's based out of Calgary, as you well know. And, you know, even if there's a slight chance of me not getting the part, he'll still submit me to those casting directors just so that I can get in front of them.
Yeah.
That's really the only way, is you have to visit that city physically and, you know, have the intention to potentially move there, or, you know, but even then it's kind of a lost cause because of that tax credit. Yeah,
it's really become quite, I mean, like on every project I work with, like this is an issue, right? Like it's just not a one-off. Like this isn't like at every project it's coming up.
Yes, correct. Yeah. Let's see. Thank you, Laura. Day Players looks amazing. Hashtag Tina Marie Casting. A lot of entries. Tina Marie Casting. Here's one from Laura. Laura, Tina, do you offer coaching? Or if not, do you have any recommendations for virtual acting classes?
I do. I used to offer coaching. Like I used to do like a workshop, but currently I'm not offering those services anymore. Mm-hmm. Virtual classes, honestly, it's just better if you're in class now. Mm-hmm. If you can kind of like get away from that and just be in class, it's more beneficial.
I agree.
So Laura, like honestly, like I would stay away from the virtual classes if you can. And I don't really have any to recommend. Like I think you really just need to be in class. You need to have the energy, right? You need to be, it doesn't make much sense doing classes virtually. That's a very hard thing to do. I think you really lack the experience when you're doing that, and you're just not getting you're just not gaining skills.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Alexandra Scott, you got a lot of questions, but we're going to ask them. Why not? Welcome back, Alexandra. For demo reels, do casting directors prefer well-known scenes, or can the materials be more obscure? Thank you.
For me, my preference is it doesn't matter as long as it's good.
Correct. Be proud of your work.
Yeah, just pick good scenes for you. What makes sense?
Yeah, just don't do a monologue from like the Harvey's commercial. That probably
no, don't do that. No. do something that's gonna like really just show your talent.
Yeah, something that fits your style. I think that's the main thing. That shows you who you are.
That's gonna be kind of your hit, right? Like that's gonna make sense.
For sure.
Yeah.
Guess who's back? Alexandra Scott. I'm here in Calgary. I'm not making fun of you, Alexandra. I love the questions. Please keep these coming, guys. If you have any questions for Tina, please ask them now. Now's the time.
I am here in Calgary, but I have an agent in Vancouver. Finding it hard to be seen here. Any suggestions? Okay, so there is an in-person. First of all, there is an in-person class in Calgary, and I actually just did a showcase. And it's Chad Rook runs it, and he's also an actor. So
That's
Alexandra,
really
yeah. So
Look at this.
Alexandra, I have worked. Oh, really?
She has, yeah. She
He said,
mentioned it
I
on the
have worked with Chad Rook at Atlantic School. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so like his class is incredible. I was just at the showcase on Sunday and the actors were amazing. They knocked it out of the park. There was about 20 of them. They killed it. Like literally, it changed my mind on Calgary actors.
There
Like
you
I
go.
would have put them up against Vancouver actors. So it's a testament to Chad. He is an incredible coach. It's in person. And he's having the special guests like every month. Like next month is going to be Julian Black Antelope, and he's like directing and producing. So I suggest that those classes. And I am here in Calgary, but I have an agent in Vancouver finding it's hard to be seen here. Also, Alexandra, it's slow right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't been being seen a lot. And listen, I'm fucking awesome. I'm just kidding.
I love that.
No, it's been really slow. You know, it's trust me, I hear
it is.
Yeah.
100%, Alexandra. So don't feel too bad. You could always shoot me an email to Alexandra and send me your material.
Yeah, there you go. That's the invite. Don't
I have 2 projects slated here in Vancouver. Vancouver and Calgary coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So just send me an email.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Chad Rook actually worked with a buddy of mine named Brock Morgan on Dangerous, and he had mentioned Chad. So small world. So shout out to Chad if you're watching. Thanks for all the work you've been doing, brother. Maybe we'll meet when I come back to Vancouver. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Guys, don't forget to enter the contest right here below on the ticker. I'm about to draw a winner very shortly. It is hashtag Tina Marie Casting for a one-on-one chance with Tina Marie of Tina Marie Casting. Duh. Who's joining us right here. So to close off, for now, unless we get more questions in, I will be happy to answer them or ask them, I should say. It's our last question. It's how we like to close off the show. We all have mentors. You can have one or you can have many. Who is your mentors, and why?
Oh, and I love this question. So my mentor is Sean Causey from Sean Causey Casting Vancouver. You know, when I first opened my business in 2016, I did need mentorship. And I remember I had emailed him and I was actually thinking about maybe like, becoming like a casting assistant or associate because it was pretty tough at the time.
Yeah.
He was the only one that emailed me back.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And he was so gracious and so kind. And then a couple years ago, I had touched base with him again because, I went on my own journey. I mean, he just said he wasn't looking for anyone at the time. And we had this chat and, I thanked him for, getting back to me. And then I went on my own journey and everything, I just doing my own projects, so on and so forth. And then I reached out to him a couple years ago because I had a question for him. I needed, hoping that he could help me out. And he did again. And then over the last couple years, I've kept in touch with him. We chat like every month, but anytime I have any questions or I'm not sure about something in the industry or whatever it is, because I didn't have that mentorship, right? So there was unanswered questions and I didn't have the answers to, or whatever it is. So anytime I'm in kind of a bind or, whatever, I just reach out to Sean. And of course, I always check up and see how he's doing. But he was just so nice and so respectful, so down to earth. And I really do think the world of him. And we all need mentors. And I'm just really glad that I have someone of his caliber that I can reach out to and just ask questions if I need. And he's just very, very supportive.
Yeah, Sean's great. I've auditioned for him before when I visited Vancouver. Super nice
yeah.
person, human being all around. Raj, please put the hashtag in front for you to actually be entered or else it's not going to count. Sorry, dude. Rewrite it. I'm going to wait for you. Okay. Let's see. Do we have any more questions from the audience before I do the draw?
Ooh, the draw.
Yes, going
one more
once.
question.
Going twice. Oh,
yeah, you forgot this one.
Yeah, Charlene has a question. So no one gets. Okay, let's see. Where is this one? Where is it? It's in here somewhere.
What would you like to see?
Yes, here we go. What would you like to see? This is a good question. Yes, I did forget this. I apologize, Charlene. Way to call me out in front of everyone live. What would you like to see the Canadian entertainment industry do differently in order to grow? This is a big question that I'm very fond of, and I'd love your opinion on this one.
Yeah, I actually went through this question with someone, and it was interesting because I totally agree with this, and I really think that I mean, we should really consider Canadian actors more than the US actors. Like, I think we should be giving more chances to Canadian actors, and the pay should be better, right? Like all of those things. I really think there's something wrong with what, you know what I mean? Like Canadian actors deserve just as much as the US do. And I would put that, like, Canadian actors are so talented. Like, I'm not sure why there's like this big gap.
Preach. I 10,000% agree. It is the most annoying thing of, if you want to be a lead or star here in Canada, you have to leave. You have to leave and then come back. And then they want you. Once you go to the US, you look at all the lead Canadian actors on shows. Once they go to the US, all of a sudden they're the hot commodity.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to me.
It doesn't make any sense.
LA-based Patrick J. Adams. He's from Toronto, but he was in LA when he got booked on Suits, and then all of a sudden it's like, there's our Canadian guy, it's Patrick. But meanwhile, it is baffling. And it's no disrespect to the Americans out there. I do agree.
Oh yeah, no disrespect. Yeah.
I also think there's a mentality here that has to change, and it's
Yes.
this, oh, sorry, you watch out for me. It's no, man, make way, I'm coming through.
Yeah.
And American actors have that. Canadian
Yeah,
actors
they
do
do.
not. It's how we're groomed. It's how we're raised. It's great, but there's a part of us that have to be hungry and aggressive.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't exist as much. And it just, the complacency here drives me nuts. And I'm going
Yes.
off on one. Even with our shows that get greenlit, some of them I'm questioning. I'm like, this is not the standard of Canadian cinema or television. There are Orphan Blacks out there. There are Schitt's Creeks out there. There are Thorsies out there. There's a lot of shows like that that meet the quality. There's The Porter out there. A lot of them, you know. And it's like, and then sometimes I just wonder, we're not being taken seriously by the US, and that has to change.
Yeah, that has to change. Yeah, and I do think you're right. Like, we also have to change here in order for it to change over there, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I it's unfortunate. And I'm not like, it's like, how did this happen? Like, how did we get here, right? And like, how do we change that?
And it's weird because like the UK, like you have the US, right? But then the UK, it's like the UK, all the actors in the UK are brilliant.
Yeah.
And they're hot commodities, and they come here. What's another example of like local broadcasting? Australia. There's Australia that grooms these huge names that have been on, what's that show? I can't remember the name of it, but it's like this like soap that's been in Australia for like 34 years. And it's like all the big names have come from that show, but it's like they created like a name for themselves. And for some reason, we're the only Commonwealth country that hasn't done that as yet. It's like not to the level that it should be, if anything.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I'm not sure like how to go about changing that. Do you know what I mean? It really I think it has to start from the top.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree.
Yeah.
Shout out to everyone in the top. Change the complacency levels. Bring it up to like 110, please. Because right now the 70 is not working for me. And with that, we're going to end the show. Tina, thank you so much for joining us. Is there anything you'd like to add before you go that you want to just mention? Anything you want to say? Any show projects you want to mention that you're working on? You did mention a couple.
Yeah, like, and I have a couple projects coming up here in Calgary in the next couple months. One's a TV series. Another one is some people from LA are coming here to, produce something. So I may be casting that as well. We'll see what happens. And then I do have a couple things coming up in Vancouver. Again, can't talk much about them, but I
work with mostly non-union or union or both?
It's all union. I do not work on non-union.
There we go.
I won't do that. I won't work on non-union.
Shailene, are you coming up?
Okay. Yes. Yeah. I know. That's so funny. Because the feature film that I cast last year, I just found out yesterday that it got accepted into TIFF.
Woo! Shailene, congratulations.
Pardon?
Congratulations to you.
Thank you. Yeah. So I may be coming out. I'm not sure yet. It's not confirmed, but I could be.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Guys, I haven't forgot. The giveaway is going to happen. So, please, I'm going to count down to 10. In the meantime, this is a sponsor. For those who are wondering why no one's auditioning, it's because Canada is dry. Okay? It's dry out here. There's not a lot going on, so don't worry. Survive to 25. Okay?
Yes, survive to 25 is true. Hashtag survive to 25.
So depressing. No.
And you know what? And I'm hustling too. Everybody is.
Yeah. No, everyone is. I'm hearing it from casting directors to producers to agents. Everyone is grinding in different ways.
Everyone is grinding. Everybody is feeling it. So just keep the chin up and just keep going. Surround yourself with really positive people, right?
Yeah. 100%.
And surround yourself with the community, and just remember 2025 is, what is it? August already?
Yeah, we're already there. It's almost 5th.
5 months. Yeah.
We're halfway through.
We're halfway through. Yeah.
Okay, so without further ado, let us do this here. Let me how I do this. Okay, giveaway tool, share. Oh, am I doing it right? Look at me.
Yes, yay! Tina Marie Casting.
Look at that. We have a nice 20 entry.
Woo!
Okay. Last minute call. Do I hear 21? 21 entries going once. 21 entries going twice. Do I hear 20, 21 entries? 21 entries, 21 entries, 21 entries, 20 entries, 20 entries, 21 entries, 21 twice. No, sold. Okay, so we're at 20 entries. Nice even number. I'm going to hit the draw in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look at all those headshots and beautiful faces.
Wow, look at all these people. Amazing.
Hey, Daniel Chung. Daniel, have you won before? I feel like Daniel's won before. Daniel, have you won before? Be honest. It's okay. You could win again. But have you won before? I feel like I've seen you win before. I've seen that name. Or did you ask a question last time? Daniel, if you're here, please respond. You've won. You've won a one-on-one. I'm waiting for your response.
If Daniel's won another one-on-one, I want him to buy my next lotto ticket.
Yeah, seriously. Anyways, doesn't matter. There's no rules here. We didn't say you can enter. Yay. Yes, he did win. He won with
Wow, the lucky
Daniel,
winner.
good for you, buddy. You're getting out there. Okay, listen, there's no rules. There's nothing wrong with entering more than once. It's
Well, he's here. He's here. The early bird gets the worm.
You know what? And he's also been watching our show from the beginning. So
exactly.
That's a huge, so I have no problem with thanking our longtime viewers. I don't forget you. I know who you are because I see your names and you're always asking the questions. I'm looking at you, Craig Weiss. I'm looking at you guys. I'm looking at you, Jonathan Apodov. Looking at you, Petra. I know all you guys have been watching. So thank you so much, guys. That's our winner, Daniel Chung, one-on-one. For your info here, you're going to have to contact, I think you've contacted us before, so you know how to do it. You just contact Entertainment 411 at eBoss to, get your prize. So you can go do that. Last minute, guys, anything else from the audience before we go? I just want to thank you guys so much for joining us. You've been amazing. Tina, you've been amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was so nice to meet you. You're super fun and engaging. And the audience loved you because we got a lot of thumbs up and likes here and stuff. And again, it's very amazing to hear when you guys are all, I'm talking to the audience, when you guys are interactive and asking the questions. At the end of the day, my goal here is I have no questions to ask. I come on the show and you guys have all of them. I hope I have an influx of questions that I have to ask on your behalf because that's what it's all about. Building a community here at Entertainment 411. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, Fareed Yazdanny. This is Tina Marie of Tina Marie Casting. If you'd like to watch this after the fact, it will be posted on our Facebook channel. So please hit that subscribe button. And then we will tell you who the next guest is. And I'll give you a hint. They're producing a big show here in Toronto. So you might want to tune in next week for that guest. Without further ado, I will see you guys later on. Good night.